Hey Aviator, today we are at Moton Field, home of the Tuskegee Airmen. That's right, Red Tails, you've seen the movie. Right here is hangar number 2 that was rebuilt in 1989, I think it was, when it burned down. But this behind me right here is the original hangar. That's right, back from 1940s is where they housed their planes, and they eventually would add on to it as they grew more and more people to add more classrooms, a kitchen, and as the experiment just got better and better. So, how did we get here? Half the time, I don't even know. I was working a computer job at my desk all day and just dreamt of flying around being a pilot. And for whatever reason, I'm a big guy, right? I played football growing up and whatnot, so I paid for my college. And I was like, oh, you can't be, this fluffy and be a pilot, right? I like to call myself slim thick, you know what I mean? And so I'm sitting around and 2020 happens, and lo and behold, I see pilots on TikTok. Some of them are my size, and I go, wait a second. So you can actually be a bigger guy and be a pilot still? Well, let me look into this. Also, behind me right here is the bathhouse here. The airmen probably didn't use it, but the sign says the mechanics probably did because they were here all day. It's good to know that they can get a little scrubby dub, you know? So I end up looking online, talking to pilots on TikTok, and they encouraged me to do a discovery flight. I didn't know what a discovery flight is or how to get one. So they just said, put into Google, discovery flight near me. I found a flight school that would give me one. $150 later, 30-minute flight. All the emotions were felt. Loved it, hated it, fear, excitement, drama. But the main thing was, it really made me see that there was more to life, that I didn't have to sit at the computer, even though I'm making good money and everything. But what is it that you really want for life? Do you want to take those steps, take the chances, and see what all these experiences is that life has to offer? So that's what I decided to do. Also, we're walking by some of the additional classrooms that were built in the late 40s. So the hangar was originally here from day one, the big round part. But what ended up happening is they had such good success from the airmen flying around, good notoriety as far as the military goes. And they said, maybe we can take what the airmen are doing and put more mechanics, more nurses, more crew, more kitchen staff there and see how well they do there also. What a fascinating story. So I decide to start my own TikTok channel, Bird Takes Flight, where I really show the day-to-day what I was going through when I was going through my training, the ups, the downs, the fears, the apprehensions, everything, right? Because I knew that if I felt this, somebody else was feeling the same way. And I wanted my channel to kind of be a resource for them. And through that, I've met so many people. Like, the aviation community is by far second to none. The amount of people that's willing to help, give advice, say, hey, we're in town, you want to meet up for some food? I'm not going to say no to meeting up for some food. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. That's a character flaw, sure. But boy, do I eat some good food. But because I was able to put myself out there and take the chance, I learned several things about aviation. So if you're on the fence or you don't think you can do it, listen up right here. Pilots are afraid of heights. Pilots don't like stalls. Pilots get nauseous in planes. Pilots don't like hotel rooms. Pilots don't understand really the magic of flying, right? Yeah, sure, Bernoulli, but really, who was this guy, right? Is that a conspiracy? Maybe so. I haven't looked into it a lot. But for every reason why you think you can't be a pilot or why you've been delaying it, there's 100 reasons why you should just go for it. All right, take the step, take the leap. And because of that, fast forward a year later, I'm a CFI in Tuskegee, Alabama, home of the Tuskegee Airmen, helping to make more pilots. I could have never even imagined that I would be here. But along the way, it's just been a journey. And that's the main thing why I love aviation. It can take you so far. There's an old saying that a mile of runway can take you to the whole world. And that's so true. I never thought I'd be down here. I mean, the summers alone. Why do people live here? It is so hot. So one way to get the most out of the aviation experience, and this is a topic I don't think was really covered a lot. I didn't know anybody in aviation when I first started. I had to start from zero when it came to networking. The best thing you can do is go to conferences. Conference, whether that be OBAB, NGA, PAPA, just type in aviation conference near me or aviation air show near me. Get around people who love aviation just as much as you do. And believe me, there are people who love aviation. That love and that passion will rub off on you. Second thing I would do is hang out at the airport. Airports have comfy chairs for a reason. They're meant for people to sit and stay a while, talk, learn stuff, meet people, get invited for fancy food, all that jazz. Take advantage of that. All right. Also, side note, see that tower over there? My goal within the next month or so is to get them to let me up in that. I got to get in good with a ranger or something, because this is actually a national park, so there's rangers here. So I can't sneak up in there, but I'm gonna bring a donut to one or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And my last piece of advice is get outside of yourself. One of the most rewarding things that I do and that I have done is to introduce aviation to high schoolers, middle schoolers, just kids who don't know that aviation can be for them. I was at the airport literally last week, and this little girl, maybe 5 or 6 years old, running around touching the planes and things, and she goes, "Well, Mommy, can girls be pilots?" And I was like, oh man. Her mom was like, "Yes, of course, darling, girls can be pilots, girls." And it was cool because literally not even 3 seconds later, one of our female students walks in, and I'm like, "Hey, look, she's a student here, she's a pilot." And the girl was like, "Oh, can I take a picture with you? Can I?" It was it's the heartwarming hallmark moment, That was nice. But being able to give back to the aviation community, answer questions, make myself available to those questions, and just take the time that people need, because you never know what you say that's going to help change the whole trajectory of their life. So get outside yourself and give back. And with that, aviator, golden hour is coming to an end. The sun is setting. I have to go walk a couple miles. Got to stay slim thick. And I will talk to you guys later.